Joan of Arc is one of the most extraordinary people in history. She was not a queen, a general, or a noble woman. She was a teenage girl from a small village, yet she changed the fate of an entire country. Her story takes place in 15th century France, during a time of war, fear, and uncertainty. Joan was born around the year 1412 in the village of Domremy. France was at war with England in a long conflict known as the 100 Years' War. By the time Joan was a child, France was losing badly. Much of the country was controlled by the English and their allies, and many people believed France would soon disappear as an independent nation. Life was hard, especially for poor farming families like Joan's. Joan grew up helping her parents on the farm. She could not read or write, but she was deeply religious and went to church often. When she was about 13 years old, Joan later said that she began to hear voices and see visions. She believed these voices came from Saint Michael, Saint Catherine, and Saint Margaret. According to Joan, they told her that God had chosen her to save France, defeat the English, and help the rightful king take the throne. At first, no one believed her. She was young, uneducated, and a girl, which made her claims very unusual in the Middle Ages, but Joan was determined. As the situation in France became worse, she felt she could no longer stay silent. At the age of 16, she decided to travel to meet Charles, the Dauphin of France, who was supposed to become king, but had not yet been crowned. The journey was dangerous, but Joan succeeded. When she finally met Charles, she spoke with confidence and certainty. Many people at court tested her, trying to prove she was lying or insane. However, Joan impressed them with her intelligence and faith. Eventually, Charles agreed to give her a chance. He provided her with armor, a banner, and a small army. Even though she had no military training, Joan soon proved that she was more than just a symbol. In 1429, she joined the French army at the city of Orleans, which was under siege by the English. The French soldiers were tired and discouraged, but Joan inspired them. She did not fight with a sword like other soldiers. Instead, she carried a white banner and encouraged the army to keep going. Her presence gave the soldiers new confidence. Against all expectations, the French won the battle and forced the English to retreat. This victory changed everything. It was the first major French success in years, and Joan became a national hero almost overnight. People began to believe that France could still win the war. After this victory, Joan urged Charles to travel to the city of Reims, where French kings were traditionally crowned. The route passed through enemy territory, but Joan believed it was necessary. The army moved forward, and city after city opened its gates to them. In July 1429, Charles was crowned King Charles VII of France, with Joan standing nearby. This moment symbolized hope and unity for the French people. However, Joan's success also created fear and jealousy. Some nobles felt threatened by her influence, and others doubted her claims. In 1430, Joan was captured by enemies allied with the English. Instead of treating her as a soldier, they put her on trial. The trial was unfair and controlled by her enemies. Joan was accused of heresy, of wearing men's clothing, and of claiming to hear voices from God. She was questioned for months, often without legal protection. Despite this, Joan remained calm and strong. Her answers showed intelligence and deep belief, even when she was threatened with death. In 1431, when she was only 19 years old, Joan of Arc was sentenced to death. She was executed by burning in the city of Rouen. Her death shocked many people, and even some of her enemies believed the trial had been unjust. Joan died holding on to her faith and calling out to God, but her story did not end there. About 25 years later, the church reopened her case and declared her innocent. Her reputation was restored. And centuries later, in 1920, she was officially declared a saint by the Catholic Church. Today, Joan of Arc is remembered not only as a warrior, but as a symbol of courage, faith, and determination. She proved that age, gender, and social status do not define a person's ability to change history. Her life reminds us that even one voice, if strong enough, can alter the course of a nation.